Ladies and gentlemen, sorry. I wanted to make this video for a reason. Although this video is supposed to be about Lonzo's off-season moves, I gotta address something first. You see, it's regarding the award predictions and everything. When you look at the awards and who's gonna win Rookie of the Year, MVP, Most Improved Player, everything, it's already set out. Even Rookie of the Year to me, I'm not gonna say is LaMelo, but my prediction is this. LaMelo would either, one, not win the award at all, and it will be given to Anthony Edwards or Tyrese Halliburton, or he barely wins it with a few votes. Or another instance could be he doesn't win it at all. Another instance it could be he could unanimously win it. Based on what I'm seeing, he's barely gonna win. And like it's leaning on barely win to not winning at all. But if LaMelo does win the award, regardless of barely winning or winning unanimously, that it will be the most historic Rookie of the Year award for him. Why? Guess who? LaMelo played 57% of season games, and people want to make it seem like LaMelo didn't play half the season. How the fuck did he not play half the season? He played half the season. Let me explain. Kid played half of the season so bad that he played through the All-Star weekend, then came back from All-Star. It was after All-Star weekend, so it was after the half of the season that he actually got injured. So he played 57% of the season. That in itself is good. You must at least play 50% of the season to be considered an award winner. If you play 40 games, you're already considered an award winner. In a shortened season, LaMelo's already gonna win the award. So my award prediction, MVP, is probably gonna go to the Joker, or Embiid, or even a guard. Anyone. The Defensive Player of the Year, that would be a toss-up. Anybody win it, I don't mind. It's probably gonna be Miles Turner or Giannis again, but I'm leaning towards Giannis. Giannis when taking that. Most Improved Player, probably Jeremy Grant or something. Lonzo ain't getting the award. Move on. Rookie. I've already passed the Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player. Executive of the Year is gonna go to the executive of the Jazz because the team is having the #1 award. Now, for the topic of the day, the Coach of the freaking Year, man. The Coach of the Year. You see, I was literally on Twitter recently, and I was like, Coach of the Year has been a very debatable topic. But do you know that Hornets fans, they always think like LaMelo Ball fans are delusional and don't think straight and all that. Or they're delusional because they always believe that LaMelo the Hornets can't win without LaMelo. I did not say that the Hornets cannot win without LaMelo. That's other LaMelo Ball fans. My thing is that I say that when Melo would be sidelined, the Hornets would appreciate his absence. The Hornets media and its organization would appreciate LaMelo's presence and value him, and that could impact them to give him the keys. Now that I was thinking of it, I know that I'm still getting on the Coach of the Year, but I'm still gonna get to the point. I'm just trying to really steam up a set. Now that we're really thinking of it, that injury that LaMelo had really made people really miss LaMelo. I've seen a Hornet fan that usually we talk to, she'll be like, "Yup, she really missed Melo," and I'm like, "Wow, you really miss Melo?" Because it's funny, they got spanked by the Nets. No one gonna forget Hayward, which I thought like showed up against the Pacers. Do you know that he scored the same exact points against the Nets and against the Pacers? This motherfucker, since LaMelo has been injured, he has been trash. He's only had one game where he dropped 20 plus. Listen, if you're a max contract player and I don't see you dropping 20, something wrong with you. You don't get paid the bag just to be trash. Even if it's LaMelo, I'm on his ass. I'm not gonna that LaMelo ball fan that would just look at some LaMelo and be like, I'm just gonna ride with Melo because he's a rookie or something, or he's a star or something, or each. No, you don't get paid the max. You see, I I can ease off on LaMelo. For me, if I don't see at least 5 to 10 assists, LaMelo is the only exception. If I don't see 5 to 10 assists, right, as a max player, something wrong with you. Like, move on. Melo can score, he can drop 20, 30, but 20 points, if I don't see that from a superstar, someone that's given the bag, something wrong with you. If you're getting paid the max and I don't see you dropping 20, the max of 20, something wrong with you. Hayward dropped the same amount of points against the Nets, against the Pacers. Miles Bridges had to carry up his bum ass. Even Lurch, Zeller, Butterfinger Zeller himself dropped 17. How bad must you be? Now, we're gonna get to the cream of the crop, but I'm trying to stem up the situation. There was a new statistic. You can only go on my Twitter to really figure it out. There's a new statistic that showed that out of every person that shoots mid-range shots, Devontae Graham is at the lowest tier for 2-point field goals. But it's funny how Hornets fans really see him as the superstar on the team. But you know what? That's a topic for another day. Now to the coach of the year. When I say that Hornets fans are more delusional than LaMelo fans, not all of them. There are some that actually have common sense and use their brain and actually think straight and understand the team. When I'm talking Hornets fans, I'm talking Hornets fans that love to defend their organization. Like, you can say shit about the organization and be critical, and we are given constructive criticism. They'll be like, what the frick are you talking about? He's a great coach. He's that yada yada yada. And yet you're still in the same phase, the same problem, the same shit, the same stage. Nothing gets solved. JB is not a terrible coach. He's a terrible minutes manager. You feel me? Lineups is pretty shaky, but when we're talking about minutes, he overplays people. That's why you see Hayward getting injured. But Hayward, I can give an exception because Hayward is injury prone. Look at Boston. This nigga didn't even play that many minutes before he got injured. This man got a glass-like body. I don't know what wrong with dude. He didn't even play that many minutes, got injured straight up. That's the guy that should be paid the max contract. Now, jumping on the case of Borrego, the topic of the day, which is the Coach of the Year award. You see, the Hornets coach, and I'll tell Hornets fans, especially the Tay-Bay defenders and the Borrego and Hornets organization defenders, that your coach does not deserve Coach of the Year. Let me explain the reason why Borrego will not win Coach of the Year. I'm going to use the league standards, not the conference standards, because y'all got to use your brain cells. I'm not going to use the conference standards or division standards. Because in the conference, you're 14th in the East. In the division, you're number 1. Now, the Hornets, according to NBA.com, is the number 12 in the NBA. Number 12. Even though they won against the Pacers, they slipped down in standings. They went from 11 to 12. The Nets' loss actually had a significant impact on their overall standings. They dipped one. They went down one in 2 days. They went down one standing, one seed, very easily. Now tell me how a coach that has a 25-23 team wins Coach of the Year. Where they do that at? The Coach of the Year. Now my Coach of the Year prediction is going to Quinn Snyder. Now Quinn Snyder has been coaching. He has been doing good. We're seeing the rise in the NBA of black coaches. There was one that actually got his first win in his NBA career, and congratulations to that brother. You are gonna have a long career in the NBA, and we hope you have a great coaching career. But for the love of God, please, Hornets fans, and this is to all Hornets fans. I know, especially the ones that defend LaMelo, or I know most of y'all, the ones that defend LaMelo, at least most of y'all would actually have common sense to, even all of y'all would probably have common sense to understand how the team works. The ones that actually don't defend the organization and actually think objectively, I couldn't even tell you, but this is a message to all of y'all. Borrego does not deserve Coach of the Year. Because I've been seeing tweets ranging back from the year Borrego was hired till this year. And what I figured out is many of the delusional Hornets fans believe that Borrego is a Coach of the Year material. I'm not saying he's not going to win the award. I'm saying he's not winning the award this season. Because the Hornets are the 4th seed in the East. And they're number 1 in their division. Okay, they're number 1 in the division. That's great job. Now do better. Now improve your team. Now let's see more changes. Let's see more movement. The Hornets coach is not going to win Coach of the Year because it's Coach of the Year material. It's actually, the truth is, to win Coach of the Year, so is Executive of the Year. That's why Kupchak is not going to win Executive of the Year. You see, when I tell you that out of everyone that was concerned about LaMelo's injury, who was the most concerned? Kupchak. The only mistake Kupchak is try to trade for a guy like Brad Wanamaker. Now, Wanamaker is solid, but I don't feel like Hornets is a really good thing for him. But it is what it is. Like, the Wanamaker trade was a panic trade. But when we're talking Coach of the Year, your team must have the best record. You see, Executive of the Year is more extended to the playoffs. Let me give an example. Masai Ujiri coached the Raptors. Despite the fact that the Raptors, you see, the only award. You see, this video is gonna be only awards. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the video I wanna make. But you see, the Executive of the Year award is basically like a whole award that's for executives. So, for instance, Rob Pelinka was the executive of the year last year. Because why? The Lakers won a ring. So, Rob Pelinka will be given executive of the year. Executive of the Year is an award in which your team wins a championship while you're making moves. So if you don't make moves and your team still wins a ring, you still win Executive of the Year. As long as your team wins a ring and you win a ring. As long as your team gets a ring and wins the Larry O'Brien trophy, you get Executive of the Year. Record doesn't matter that much. Because look at it like this. Not only were the Raptors not the number 1 team in the NBA, even though they were number 2 or number 3 in the East, The last year, what finna happen was, you see, let me get it. What finna happen was is that they still give Ujiri coach. I'm talking the year the Raptors won a ring, by the way. That they won the award because Ujiri traded for Kawhi Leonard and they won a ring. That year, Ujiri won Executive of the Year because the team won a ring. Executive of the Year doesn't have impact on record. Record matters, but it's basically your team must have the best record while winning a ring. The Bucks GM or the Bucks executive or owner would have been given Executive of the Year if the Bucks had won an NBA title. But record doesn't matter much when it comes to Executive of the Year. But Coach of the Year, your team must have the best record. Record is the most important. Not only must your team have the best record on the conference or division, you must have the best record in the NBA and be the number one team in the NBA. And the Hornets are nowhere close. They dipped one spot in the league in 2 days. Despite the fact that they're the fourth seed, they dipped one spot in the overall standings. Now tell me how that team, the coach, is gonna win the Rookie of the Year. I'll wait.